Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm doing another video because I thought I'd triple it up today. It's a little clarification about that Butek Josh Putin parody video. That was done late, not late, September of 2019 at a mall. Um, I added all the stuff later, but some of the sound effects and stuff, but it was supposed to be a joke, you know. I'm a fan of that channel just for some of the funny stuff that's on there. It's kind of a parody. Hopefully people don't get too offended by that, but whatever. What I'm about to say actually probably will offend some people, but that's fine. So we've all heard of this Karen term. Actually, I love being offensive. Check this out. Check this. Wasp. Tipper Gore's favorite band, right? Anyways, so the whole thing with Karen, the Karen term is kind of a hot property right now. And one of the things about the Karen thing that I don't agree with is when, like, see, the thing is, okay, so I'm just going to clarify. The Karen thing is not meant to be, like, concerning, like, right-wing reactionaries, necessarily. And it's not, on the opposite end, it's not supposed to mean, like far-left leftist activists, because you could call them SJWs at that point, you know, whatever you want to fucking call it, which, you know, is a mixed bag of as a term. So the Karen thing is really the suburban, sheltered, middle-aged or approaching white woman, very mainstream, but very also like kind of busybody kind of thing. There's a busybodiness about it, regardless of what, you know, the Young Turks say about these people. It's a busybody, like, want to get up into your business kind of person. So when Young Turks, for example, say these maskless Karens, people, I don't want to wear a mask. That's not a Karen person. That's like a right-wing reactionary. We have terms for all this shit. This is what's stupid about the whole Karen thing. Like, people trying to flip it on the other side of the aisle and shit. It's like, no. The Karen thing specifically, this, like, probably mainstream Democrat, not like in a fucking, like, Bernie Sanders or Green Party, you know, liberal, you know, far left progressive way. I'm sure there's some you could call that, but, like, the Karen thing's like this very mainstream, very obsessed with, like, what the media tells them about everything, but, like, in a fearful way. They might be, they could be Republican. They could be Democrat. They could be Trump supporters. I'm not saying that there can't be Karen Trump supporters, but I think mainstream establishment neoliberal Democrat is their ultimate. Maybe, you know, maybe Mitt Romney too, or someone like that, or George W. Bush they might like. But it's not like, they're not like conspiracy theorists, tinfoil hat, reactionary right wingers. It's more the sheltered suburban white woman that has this, like, they probably don't believe they're racist, but then they call the police on black people and stuff. That's what we see these videos of. So in regards to the mask thing, this is what bothers me about the mask. People saying these are non-mask wearing are Karens. I guess it can kind of act sort of Karen-ish, but, like, the problem I have with that is that, no. And it doesn't matter if you believe that people should wear masks or not. I think it's fine. I don't fucking give a shit, okay? I wear a mask at a fucking store. I do it, okay? But the Karen is the one that'll call their neighbors on having a barbecue with 3 people. They're not wearing masks or something, or, you know, walking down the street and they pull their mask off to breathe when there's no one around. Like, it's just stupid little shit, right? I'm exaggerating, but I'm just giving you an example, like a little, you know, like, I wouldn't call it allegory, but, like, metaphor, or not metaphor, but, like, you know, certain, like, situations that could be, like, an exaggerated version of what I'm talking about. So when they talk about people that are Karens being these maskless or mask protesting Karens, that's not a Karen. That's not a Karen. I'm sorry. A Karen is someone that would tell someone to wear a mask when they're driving down the street by themselves or something, and then call the police on them. Busybodies. People They're trying to get up in people's business in their own house when they're doing their own house. That's what a fucking Karen is. It's a busybody. That's what they used to call them. And when the left will try to use these terms, right-wing SJW or fucking maskless or mask-hating Karens, it just sounds stupid and blows up in their face. There's already words for these people. There's already these words: right-wing reactionary, nut job, fascist, whatever you want to fucking call it. That's better than fucking. And then the right will call people communists on the left. It's how it works. It just doesn't make sense with this maskless. They're Karens. No, they're not. That's not a fucking Karen. A Karen is someone that tells someone, "You're not wearing a mask, I'm gonna call the police." Because, like, okay, let's say like this mandate where I live, like I described in my last video, about what, you know, let's say there's someone that's snooping on someone, their next door neighbor. Oh, there's this girl that visits like once or twice a week. I don't think she's living there. They're making out. They're not wearing masks inside or social distancing. We gotta call the police on them and give them that $360 fine. That's a fucking Karen. That's a fucking Karen. Not someone that says, I'm not wearing no mask. That's just a fucking right-wing lunatic, okay? Or you want to? I'm just straw manning. I'm just labeling people and just being an asshole. I'm just saying that's more of a right-wing lunatic, whereas a Karen. It's like political correctness. Okay, there's political correctness on the right. Well, you know, if you want to use that term, you know, I guess you could use it for the right, but it's more like how it's applied as a adjective or whatever. But when they say right-wing SJW, that's not what, that kind of contradicts itself, right? You know, you don't have to use these left-wing terms, or ostensibly left-wing or moderate or whatever terms, to describe every shade of the spectrum. There's different terms for different people, you know? It's like if you all of a sudden started calling every, you know, it's really, I'm just trying to think of an example, but like, it's like when they said Obama was a fascist, communist, Muslim atheist. It's like, it just, okay, so you can say he's bad in some way without having to use all these terms that contradict each other and don't even apply. And you could say all these straw man terms about Obama or whoever and say, well, like Trump is probably closer historically, I'm not saying he is, to fascism. If you look at what fascism is with corporations and, you know, the government working together and all this stuff with Mussolini and Hitler and all these people, Franco, for example. With Obama, maybe he's closer to like, still closer to that, pretty much. I mean, you know, it depends on what you're talking about, of course, but calling him an atheist, Muslim, communist, Satanist, or whatever the fuck some of these people say, it sounds stupid. So when the left calls people on the right that are not wanting to wear masks Karens, it's just like, huh? Who are they shaming? Are they shaming people for wearing masks? I mean, I've seen a few videos where they say, where it's usually in reaction to them not wearing masks that someone is shaming them, you know? So it doesn't make sense. It's like the term right-wing SJW. It doesn't make sense. An SJW is a social justice warrior. They're on the left. Okay, a right-wing fascist nut job is on the right, right? Just get terms correct. God damn it. So, you know, you can still hate Karens. You can still hate people that aren't wearing masks and are protesting without having to use the word Karen when it doesn't apply. The label doesn't work. It's like, just like I said with Obama, it's like, what is he an atheist? Is he a Satanist? Is he a Muslim? Is he a communist? What, a fascist? It's like you're just like throwing out these terms without them having any meaning anymore. So when you talk about Karens being like some right-wing, like probably maybe elderly white woman that is like not wanting to wear a mask and is not shaming people for anything, even if, regardless if they're right or wrong, that's not a Karen. That's not a fucking Karen. A Karen is someone that call the police. And I know a lot of Karens are racist and more right-leaning, but they're more mainstream to the suburban mom. They might have a mullet, sort of mulletish haircut, like from fucking 1990, whatever the fucking Rachel hair. I don't know. It's not even mullet, but like the fucking 90s haircut because they're like approaching middle age and they're like have 3 kids and they're pasty white, probably whiter than me. They don't get out much. They have, they're fucking, they have on a cell phone. Blah, 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 blah. That's what the fucking Karen thing is. Ugh, I'm gonna call everything I don't like that's a white woman Karen all of a sudden. Because the fucking term loses its meaning. The fucking term loses its meaning if you call everything something. It's just stupid. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. People can fuck off about this fucking Karen thing if it's used stupidly like that. Anyways, please subscribe!